When I go to the store and get my favorite breads, there's always one ingredient in common: malted barley flour. So what is it, and what does it do to bread? The malted barley flour is also known as the baker's secret. Malt means the process of letting grains partially germinate and sprout, which is then dried and milled into flour. Barley grains are commonly used due to its high enzymatic content. There are two kinds of malts: diastatic malt and non-diastatic malt. Diastatic malt is dried at low temperatures to preserve its enzymatic activity. This is the type of malt flour I usually use in my bread baking. Diastatic malt assists in breaking down starch into sugar, which softens the dough. In bread baking, diastatic malt flour enhances color, flavor, texture, sweetness, shelf life, fermentation, gluten strength. For fermentation, it provides food for the yeast, which will result in shorter fermentation time. So, how much diastatic malted barley flour should I add to my bread? I read you should use about 0.25% to 1% of total flour. King Arthur also suggests to use half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon per 3 cups of flour, which is how much I usually use. Too much malted barley flour tends to make my dough too soft and sticky, so I would start with a half a teaspoon first. Non-diastatic malt is different than diastatic malt flour because it requires heat during the malt process, which inactivates the enzyme activities. It helps with color and flavor of baked goods. It doesn't contain enzymes that help break down the starch into sugar. For example, you add the non-diastatic malt powder when you're boiling bagels. Bakers might need to adjust the amount of sugar added to their recipes when using non-diastatic malt powder because of its sweetness. I hope that helps. Until next weekend, guys. Bye!